Well, hello, Robert Heffernan with EndoTech. This is Market Vitals. It's our show talking assets, asset trading, both digital and blockchain, the blockchain. Anyway, I'm a master endotechnician, firmly in the matrix when trading because everything's digital now. I don't get to scream and yell anymore. Very disappointed about that. Anyway, please follow us on Twitter at endotech_IO, and I am HFR from the floor. Let's get right to it. Let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, my chance to talk about something I'm seeing, maybe a tweet, a headline, and we will cover price action here today on gold. Peter Schiff, one of the great gold bulls of all time, and he tweeted this out, and then there's another couple of tweets and stories I want to go over. But, I mean, this tweet is just mind-boggling that the U.S. government just continues to borrow and basically print money, bigger than ever. And I mean, this discussion has been going on for decades now, and seemingly it doesn't seem to matter until it does, right? I think they suffered the same fate in Rome, and it didn't matter for a long, long time until it did matter. Anyway, I wanted to share this tweet with you, just a little frame of reference, because he's a perennial bull, and so he's always saying buy gold, right? And so, you know, sometimes I take somebody that is just constantly one way. It's a little harder for me to pay attention to their calls if they're always just one way. But this next tweet by Mr. Fleckenstein points out Paul Tudor Jones. His favorite trade for the next 12 to 24 months is gold. All right, so now that piques my interest, and I love the hope silver goes along for the ride for the perennial silver bulls, and I know a few of those. So if you don't know who Paul Tudor Jones is, he is basically, the Michael Jordan of commodity trading. Incredible long track record of positive returns out of Mr. Jones. I for sure have filled some of his orders back in the day in the trading floor. Used to be very active in foreign currency trading, which I was an order filler for. So for sure, my hand has touched his orders, and he's just been a massive influence and an incredibly good trader. So you got to, when something like this gets talked about or he talks, he's like E.F. Hutton back in the day, man. You better listen. All right, so and then, obviously this happens a lot. A tweet leads to the headline, it leads to the article, and this was in Bloomberg. Anyways, he's talking about a 75-year run of global expansion, and he's seeing that slow down or come to an end. He's seeing the signs which we've been talking about recently on the fiat side. Of recession and rates going to near zero again, and all of this pointing towards a major bull setup for him to be long gold. So I respect that. And when I hear a story or somebody else's opinion on something, there are so many things to trade. Obviously, you can't trade everything all at the same time. So now, and we talked about gold a couple of weeks ago, and how it had just gone into up-mo for the first time on the monthly. Anyway, let's take the vitals, and we're going to talk gold here because it's on the radar now, and it better be on your radar too. And first of all, I talked about that monthly momentum level around 1312, 1309, I believe, and now room fully out to the $1,400 area on the monthly. And if he's right, the gold has been as high as $1,900. So for me, it's pretty easy as long as we're mining the mo on the daily, which is 1343. And by the way, futures last, we are right there, 1343.70. 1343.30 is up mo on the daily in gold. And on those longer term fractals, just a lot of room. And they trade pretty much sideways here. between 1330 and 1350. Now recapturing up momentum on the daily if they can here. And, so all things pointing positively and a lot of room from a potentiality standpoint on these momentum modeling on the weekly and the monthly. So pay attention, and that's what you do. Now, another part of this argument, since I've been involved on the crypto side of things, is what's going to be a better store of value, because that's really what we're looking here for, is a store of value. And most people not, buying gold because it's just going to stay and keep their value as is. They're looking for a bump in value in this recessionary supposed landscape. But the argument has been, what's going to be better, Bitcoin or gold? Because Bitcoin, one of its attributes is it can be a store of value. It can also be a deterioration of value, as can gold, as can everything. All right, so very important to keep that in mind. But that has been just the raging argument here in the Twitter sphere, on social media. What's going to be better, gold or Bitcoin? So right now, gold recapturing upmo on the daily, in upmo on the weekly and the monthly, and a lot of room to the upside. So let's talk Bitcoin. There we go. Bitcoin right now trading. No, wrong one. Hold on. Don't want to give you the wrong information. We have information here. 82.16 last at Bitfinex. 82.16, and again, for me, I really need to see it retake this up momentum level. And I'm a little cautious now, too, on this momentum level, because we're fully rounding in Bitcoin here now and have a little bit negative potentiality going on the daily chart. We're still well above that weekly momentum level at 78.87. And the monthly momentum level, which we pinged off of here in June, 74.99. The low was 75.01 at Bitfinex. So longer term, the monthly, we're still in upmo. The weekly, we're still upmo. My problem is the rounding on the daily chart that we see here. And I really need to see us recapture up momentum on the daily for me to want to be involved. All right, and I've said that over the last several days. 83.78 is the level that I need to see these things close over and then respect that momentum level the next day. Very important. So that's what I'm seeing, and the battle will rage. And at the end of the day, in 12 months, in 6 months, in 24 months, you'll be able to solve these problems that we've had here discussing which was a better store of value, gold or Bitcoin. That's what I'm seeing anyway. Please be disciplined, trade disciplined. Visit EndoTech.io for all the actionable trading information on the site, including individual coin signaling, the blockchain vitals sheet, all available on the site. But you need to subscribe to have access to it. So please go to EndoTech.io and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for another segment of Market Vitals, and it'll be a weekend edition as we will talk specifically cryptos, because cryptos never sleep. They trade 24/7, 365 days a year. So you got to know what that weekend setup is looking like, what I will be looking like, especially going into the weekend, and where I want to see that Sunday night Asian opening for next week on a weekly segment basis. Those levels will be important. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow.